My name's Steve Easley. Kyle and I were discussing that I guess I've been doing suspension for about 10 years. And it's probably my biggest passion in life. My skin is pretty resilient, but scar tissue has it's a different consistency of tissue. It's weaker. So if you go in an area where, like right here, where this is just one big giant scar, if I was to put something in the center of that and he was to thrash, it would probably tear open and create an even bigger scar. This is good though?
Yeah, is that like right around like all the other that I got going on? That's not,
Yeah, I mean for the most part, yeah.
it's not through like my big.
Nope, it's right above it. Which I'd rather have it be above it than below it, so. Plus, with something like iodine, like, it continues to do the job. Like if I don't wipe it off after we get the hooks in, it'll continue to work while he's in the air, which is better than most other things. This is the safest hook on the market. It's the only hook that is considered a 100% locking hook. So basically there's no open gape or anything. This is the part that will go through his tissue, and this is the part that he will be suspended from. And once his tissue's in there, there's no open gape for it to slip out of or anything. So once this is in and the bolts put in and everything, it's basically locked in place. This is a 6-gauge piercing needle, which is about 4 millimeters. And the hook itself has a taper on it, so the bevel or the end of the needle just butts up to the bevel taper, and it kind of, with this design specifically, it stretches up to even a little bit thicker than what it's initially pierced with, for multiple reasons, but one of them has to do with blood flow. If you stretch the hole, there's nowhere for it to bleed.
The worst part of this whole thing is having to take these hooks. Everything else will be fine. Getting up.
Some people feel the complete opposite of that. Some people really enjoy taking the hook. Some people will volunteer to take a hook and not even suspend from it just to teach somebody how to install a hook. But we are not those dudes. I hate being pierced, and I will pierce myself at any opportunity I get. If I'm suspending from any part of my body that I can see or that's in front of me, I would much rather pierce myself so I have control over it. And I hate taking back hooks. They are my least favorite. They are so painful to me. How do you want to do this, man? Do you want like one breath or two? Do you want a nice big breath in? Do you want a countdown? Do you just want me to surprise you? You want me to in your ear?
I'll probably just take a deep breath in and just do your thing. Yeah, okay. On my outward breath.
Yep.
Right.
That's fine. I'm ready whenever, dude. You just let me know. All right. So even if I don't seem set, I'm set.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Hold on a second, Kyle. I'll put it together now. All right, dude, whenever you're ready. So sorry. Just kidding.
Just kidding about being sorry?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're fine. I have to disappeared.
Alright. I'm good. I mean, it'd be nice if I would have brought my gloves, but it doesn't matter.
The feeling of suspending can be intense. Obviously, to me, the most painful part is getting the hooks themselves being pierced. There's a lot of build up to like actually being up in the air and with your feet off the ground, and that can have its own intense feelings to it as well. Generally, once you're up in the air, everything kind of goes away and your endorphins kick in, and you start to become more accepting to it, and it's less painful in a lot of aspects. Obviously it hurt, but nothing in life that's worth having doesn't come with a price.
Suspension isn't this gory thing that you do behind closed doors. There are tons of different people out there in the world that are interested in suspension. The community is very open. They're very willing to share knowledge. They're very caring and very giving. I have found a family that I will be close to for the rest of my life. I feel like there was a point where we got closer through suspension. Like you said, he used it to get through the passing of his grandfather, and people do that all the time. And everybody goes into suspension for a different reason. Some people do it to grieve. Some people do it as a sport. You can't. You can't explain it until you experience it yourself. And taking the hooks is one step, and then your feet leaving the ground is something completely different. And once your feet leave the ground, everything else that's bothering you or been bothering you in life seems a little bit less significant, at least if not only for that moment.
Just disappears in a lot of senses too.
Yeah.
Some of the experience I've ever had is feeling my feet hit the ground.
Come back. Yeah. The feeling, that's what a lot of people, that's their least favorite part. They're up there and they're swinging around, they're laughing, and their feet hit the ground, and some of them break down. Some of them come into tears, because it's just such a release of so many things.